Hi guys, Howard here with Jeff Beck's Diamond Dust from his fabulous Blow by Blow album with none other than the fabulous George Martin in the producer's chair. You can't go wrong, right? One of the greatest instrumental guitar records ever recorded. I'm in drop D tuning, everything else is standard. So be sure to drop your sixth string down a whole step to D, okay? So let's dive in. I'm covering the chords, which are incredible, as well as Jeff's melody, okay? I'm not covering his solo. He always played a different solo, right? So maybe in a follow-up video, I might talk about how to make your way through these changes because obviously there's some key changes to be dealt with here, okay? So first of all, let's get into the chords. We're in 5/8 time or 5/4, depending on how you want to count it, but you can count it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 1 and 2 and 3. Counting is counting, so feel free to do it however it's comfortable for you, okay? So let's take a look at that first chord, which you can see on the tab. It's a D minor 11th, and I think for all of these chords, the best picking will be down, down, and then followed by up, up, down, okay? So we have okay, nice and slow. And then for the next chord, which is a D minor major 11, we simply raise the B string up a half step. So you're raising it up from the first fret to the second fret, okay? And you're playing each of those chords 4 times, okay? So moving to the next chord, which is now an F minor 11, this is a chord shape that you're going to use quite a few times, all right? So you want to get cozy and comfortable with it because you're going to move it to different places on the fretboard, okay? But it's a bar chord, so we're barring at the 3rd fret all 6 strings. And as you can see, the second finger is on the 4th fret on the B string, and then the pinky is on the 6th fret on the D string, okay? And we're skipping the A string altogether, just like we did in the previous chord. And just like we did with the other one, this becomes an F minor major 11 by raising that B string a half step. So what I do is I just lay my ring finger down on the 5th fret on the B string. And I admit these are not easy chords, okay? So go easy on yourself in trying to play them, okay? So what we have so far is this. Admittedly, these are not easy chords, but they are well worth the effort, okay? And then we take that same F minor 11 shape, as I mentioned a few minutes ago, that you're going to use this same shape a lot and move it around. We move it up to the 8th fret now. And the previous chords were all played 4 times, of course, but the next 2 are played just twice. So once again, that's that same minor 11th shape. And then we move to what would be a G sharp with an F sharp in the bass. And because of the way the guitar is tuned, the drop D tuning, your F sharp note is right there. And you just have a G sharp triad. And again, those are played 2 times. And then once again, we're going to take that minor 11th shape and we're moving it all the way down to the 1st fret for an E flat minor 11. And that will be played 4 times again. And then we're going to take that same shape once again up to the 6th fret for what would be an A flat minor 11th now. And that's going to be played 2 times again. And then down to F sharp over E. So you can see it's the same movement that we did, but now it's I will go over all of this again, of course. So here we have from the 6th fret for the A flat minor 11th, all the way down to the 2nd fret for an F sharp with an E in the bass. All right. So once again from the B flat minor 11th, which was the 8th fret chord, I hope this is all making sense, we have this. That's what we have so far, okay? And the next chord is probably the most difficult of all to play. The chord is a D flat 6/9, okay? And the way I'm playing this is I'm placing my two middle fingers, my middle finger and my ring finger, on the 8th fret on the D and the G strings, okay? And then I'm barring with the first finger over here, and then placing my pinky on the 9th fret on the 6th string, the E string. What I tend to do concerning that bar is I just bar straight across, right? I think that's probably the best way to play it. And this is the first chord where the picking pattern is actually broken up. So I'm doing all downstrokes with the exception of the last note in the chord. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a very difficult chord to play cleanly, right? And it's played 4 times as well, so that's a real bugger, right? Now the next chord is actually called a C sus flat 6 flat 5 flat 9. The name is a lot more serious than the chord itself. And this again doesn't really break up the picking pattern, but the strings that you're using. And so what I'm doing once again to play this one is I'm keeping that bar at the 6th fret, and then I place my ring finger on the 8th fret on the 6th string, my pinky is on the 9th, and then of course the 6th fret is barred over here, and you can see on the tab that I'm playing. Really cool sounding chord. And that one is played twice, okay? So we come off of that scary chord off of the and once again that is played twice. And then what's going to happen is we're going to go down to a C sharp with an F sharp in the bass, okay? And because of the tuning, the chord is played like so. You can see it on the tab, but there it is. I'm barring the 6th and the 5th strings at the 4th fret. And then the other strings are barred at the 6th fret. And once again, that happens twice. So from the C sus flat 6th, we have. And then we are back to the F minor 11 at the 3rd fret 4 times. And then to close out this whole insanely beautiful chord progression, we have a G minor 7 with a C in the bass, which you can see on the tab, to an F with a B flat in the bass, shaped just like that chord we used a second ago, to an E minor 7 with a B in the bass. And that one's played 4 times, and then finally we're back to the top. So once again, let me take it from that C sus flat 6 chord. Back to the very beginning of the chord progression. It is difficult to play. These are very difficult chords to play, but they are, as I said, well worth the effort, okay? So let's get into Jeff's melody now. This is a great melody, of course, and it's actually pretty easy to play. There's nothing too technically difficult about it. But what you have to watch on this is the timing, because once again, we are in 5/8 time. So the melody is played sort of like sustaining a note for 4 beats and then taking flight on the 5th beat. So you might play for 4 beats, and then on the 5th beat, and then you're on the downbeat again, right? So that's the part that you do have to watch. But if you just listen carefully, you can just kind of feel it, okay? So let me lay down the first phrases for you, nice and slow. There's not a lot of technical explanation that needs to be done. If there is, I'll do that as we progress. But the tab lets you know where Jeff's hammering, where he's sliding, etc. Just great, right? Like I said, pretty easy to play. You can just follow it right along with the tab. And again, what I tend to do is count 1, 2, 3, 4, move on the 5th beat. 1, 2, 3, 4, move on the 5th beat. That's almost a constant. There's just another phrase where he starts right on the downbeat, okay? So that you can sort of keep in your mind as you play this. So let's go on to the next tab. Once again, very easy to play. You just have to watch the timing. Just lovely, okay? And on to the next tab as well. And this is classic Jeff Beck, right? Just the feel of the bends and the way he phrases. I love that, right? So you hold that bend, by the way. Strike it, release it, and slide to the 9th fret. Really, really nice. I'll do that one again nice and slow. Love it. Just great. And this one is definitely one of my favorite phrases, okay? He's doing what he just did, but extending it a little bit. Really, really cool, okay? So you've got the tab on the screen, but let me play this really slowly. Great tag right there. Really nice, okay? And let's go for the closing of the melody, okay? So he takes flight right off of that last note. And he plays this. And that's it. Now, as a note, there's numerous ways to play this melody. You could play it on different strings, get the same melody, different fret positions, whatever. I simply chose this way to play it because I like the tonality of the strings, if you will. I like the tone of the strings and the way they sound. I like it as opposed to, but someone else might like it that way with that bite rather than the warmth, okay? So anyway, I'll just insert the melody again right here so you can watch it go by in real time, okay? Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. All the best to everyone, and I'll see you in the next video.